welcome to Vlogmas day 16. So I was a little bit cheeky earlier and I'm uploading twice today. So we had a really long weekend in Birmingham. I really didn't get a chance to have a chat. So if you missed my last Vlogmas or thinking, why is there a skip load, sort of missed out the way, it's not. I did a whole long weekend of Vlogmas all tied together for, the 4 days that we were away, because there's so many nice things that we did, but we were away with friends, so chatting wasn't easy to do because we absolutely ram-packed in, as you would have seen if you have watched the Vlogmas that I did for the weekend that I uploaded earlier. I will link it, if I remember, down below so you can have a look and see what I got up to. But we were in Birmingham, we had markets, festive markets going on. We had lovely food, drinks, fun, and it was just brilliant. So I'm now back to the daily vlogging. So I have cocktail a little bit there on Vlogmas, but it is real life. We are busy, so that's also good. But I've just had my very treaty Fortnum and Mason order arrive, which I'm very excited about. We do love Fortnum and Masons. We're in a lucky position. I say lucky, we work very hard, but we're lucky to have the jobs that we have, to work hard, to be able to treat ourselves occasionally. And that's what all life is about. And we've got some lovely things for Christmas and also a couple of lovely gifts, because I think, you know, we've got a couple of people in our family that would appreciate, are foodies, know the brand. And it's just a lovely gift to give someone, really easy for us as well, because it's sort of a nicely thought present, but it looks great. So I'm just going to run through what I've got for our festive season from Fortnum's. So I'm just doing this quickly whilst hubby is out, because the two of the items will be going in his stocking. So let's start with those two. I've got some chili lily pickle. So I believe this is basically like a piccalilli, but a little bit finer and a bit more of a pickle. So not really chunky pieces of veg like you get in a piccalilli. And of course it's in the name chili, so it's going to have a little heat. He loves a bit of heat. He loves having this kind of stuff to put on his sarnies and salads in the weekdays when he's working from home. So he will absolutely love that. And then just skipping a little bit across, I also, just to match up with that, got him the Fortnum's pickle, which is the classic, really lovely recipe. Brilliant with all sorts of stuff. So again, sarnies, salads, pop it in a jacket potato with some lovely strong cheese. They do an amazing cheese, cave aged cheddar, by the way, which I didn't buy on this order because I've got the other amazing cheese from M&S instead, which I will probably talk about later down the line. Anyway, it goes great with that kind of thing. Goes great on the cheese board. So just a handy one to have around the house as well as for the Christmas season. So that is also going in his stocking. So those two, a little stocking full of treats for husband. And then treats for ourselves over the festive period. We love loose tea. Again, it is one of our things that we will spend some money on, and we don't have it every day. We do obviously have good old Yorkshire tea bags every day, and they're fab. We're in a hard water area, so they are amazing. However, when we have people over or when we're on a weekend, we love the ceremony of making a proper loose leaf tea. So we have a beautiful teapot, tea strainer, which was from Fortnum's. I mentioned it in a vlog actually earlier this year, I think, on my channel. So we love the tea making process and have sitting down. We've got massive teacups. We have got some old fashioned teacups when there's a few more of us to share it around. So we love that process. So this is a lovely treat for us that we will use over the festive period. So we've gone for their Christmas black tea blend, and that will definitely get used over the festive period. So just lovely on Christmas Day morning, probably even on Christmas Eve, maybe if we want just a nice cuppa to keep us going through mid-afternoon when we need a little bit of a lift before we carry on eating or start eating, shall we say, for the festive season. And we'll just enjoy that throughout the whole Christmas and into New Year period. So that is brilliant for us. This isn't necessarily Christmas, it's just a treat that I love. Their sweet Sicilian almond paste is divine. It's quite rich, so I find no more than a teaspoon is enough for me. I mean, you could eat more, let's be honest, but for me, I have a teaspoon and I usually mix it in with yogurt and a bit of granola when I'm having a slightly more treaty breakfast. So again, I wouldn't have it every day. I mean, you can, fill your boots. But I have mine as a treaty breakfast, again, of a weekend, or sometimes in an evening. If I just want a kind of semi-naughty, semi-balanced pudding, I will have 0 Greek fat yogurt from M&S, and then I will pop a little spoon of this in with it, and it just gives it a nice almondy sweet taste. If you're into marzipan, which obviously I am, it's fantastic. It's really lovely. So that's just a good one to have around the home anyway, and last for ages. It's expensive if you compare it to, let's say, Nutella by the kilogram, but it's actually better ingredients. And for me, I like the flavour, the marzipan-y flavour, and it does last a long time, especially as I use it for treats, as I said. So it's good for me, value-wise. And then marzipan Christmas fruit shapes, which I had last year, and this is now a tradition for me the last couple of years. I love marzipan in general, and I love having the fruits because it sort of just helps you keep yourself like reined in. If I had a block of marzipan, it would go within a couple of days easily. So having my little marzipan fruits, I know how many I'm eating. So when I'm having a treat over the festive period, if I have 2, I know how many calories that is. And yes, I am trying my best to lose a little bit of weight. So over the festive period, I am going to still treat myself, but I like to know what I'm doing. So the fruit shapes look beautiful on the sideboard, and they are a Christmas treat, and it just keeps me in check because I can, even though I'm having a treat, I can still keep a little bit of an eye on myself and tag it into my fitness pal, so at least I know how naughty I have been, and maybe stop myself from eating the whole packet, which is always good. And then, this is actually a very almondy themed thing. And most of this is for me actually, because hubby and the boys aren't as keen. However, some of them do like the amaretti because it's not as marzipan-y, it's more almond biscuit, which I buy again every year. However, I have splurged a little bit more this year and bought this gorgeous tin of amaretti. Now these are hard amaretti. I actually love soft amaretti. I have both. I've just bought some gorgeous soft amaretti from Waitrose, which was on offer. And I have got these hard amaretti. Now they will all happily sit in this tin, I'm sure, over the Christmas period once it's open. And this tin is so beautiful. I will be using it year on year. So yes, a little bit extravagant, but it will, again, will be something that comes out year on year as a tradition on the sideboard. The amaretti beautiful tin, now from Fortnum Masons. I will enjoy those this year, and I will just refill it year after year. So that is bits and bobs for us. And I mean, they kept pushing this every time I put something in my basket, so I felt like I just had to have them. And again, Christmas treat, the Christmas Merylosus, beautiful biscuits from Fortnum. So these are meant to have a Christmassy pudding vibe. So nice spices, festive spices, so nice and warming and cozy. Again, great with that Christmas black tea to dunk in. How festive. So if I'm having a nice little tea ceremony and we've got people over, or just for us, we want a little treat, they will be coming out to be dunked in our tea. And yes, it is posh, but we are still going to dunk these biscuits in tea, I'm telling you. So that is going to be gorgeous, and they've got a little bit of milk chocolate on them as well, and fantastic huge tins. So actually was a little bit again of a luxury price tag, but look how big it is. It's massive. So I will link Fortnum's down below. I won't specifically put the items in because at this time of the year things will sell out, come back in, but I'll put the website down below. I'm sure a lot of you know about Fortnum Masons already. I love it. It is one of my favorite places to shop. I am a retailer by trade, or used to be, so I love retail, and I love shops like Fortnum's that have stood the test of time and keep their ethos and carry on with their traditional ways, but also just keep modernising in terms of products. So they keep their core values and their core vision and their core look, but they sort of modernise a little bit here and there as well. And I think they've got such good customer service, and their products are genuinely really nice. So that's why we always have a little bit of a luxury treat through the year, now and then, and particularly for Christmas. And now the last thing from my Fortnum's haul is I saw this in the shop back in October when we went. They started getting, well, they'd almost got all their Christmas stuff out, so we did have a little sneak peek through the Christmas department in October, and I didn't pick it up then, and I fully regretted not picking it up then, because I do like to have a Christmas tree deck at least once a year, just to, it's sort of like a little tradition. I know lots of people have that tradition, and I should have picked it up in London. It would have been better. However, I did actually just decide, I saw it in the shop, so I'll buy it online whilst I'm putting an order in. So this is our gorgeous Christmas Fortnum's Nutcracker. How gorgeous is he? I don't have nutcrackers. I haven't been into nutcrackers, but he is fabulous. He's got gorgeous sparkly Fortnum's coloured top around his lovely festive red. He's got glitter, he's got gold. Beautiful, bit of bling on the boots, and he's going to look fantastic on our Christmas tree. So I had to buy him. I almost bought him when we did visit in London, so I'm really glad that I've added him to our collection. I also have the Fortnum's tea set that hangs up, the Fortnum's little mini hamper that hangs up, and I have the afternoon tea hanger as well. So I do like to have a bit of a Christmas decoration treat. So most years it has been Fortnum's, but I've also done Liberty, and then I've also done local places as well. So wherever I see something that I really like, that's where I'm getting it from. So he's going to look amazing on our tree. So we are in a bit of a pickle and a mess today. I will show you why in just a second. Because there's a bit of mess in the background, my stock pile I'm going through before I move it into my office. Now that we've had a bit of a shuffle round, things are going to go in there and out the way and be sorted, so ignore the mess in the background. But yesterday we had this beautifulness installed. We had the orangery built nearly 3 years ago, and we had where this ledge is that you can see, there is actually LED strip lighting there, but it's quite mellow, so it's nice for atmospheric sort of feeling, but there's no wow factor. And then we've also got spotlights put in, you can see just over there, and that's for brightness. So when we're doing something in here, or people aren't keen on the whole candles and lit light, sort of gentle lighting, we put those on. So I've always wanted something in the middle. I think it's such a nice big space. We're lucky that it's oh, that's the postie. We're lucky that it's a nice big space, but it definitely was missing something. I've been looking at chandeliers. I love chandeliers. It's a joke in my house. We have a chandelier in nearly every room now. Over the years, I've sort of introduced one in each space, and they're all different. But this one is that sort of French Baroque sort of style. And again, because the space is quite large and high, it lends itself. It goes over the table, so no one's going to be banging their head on it, which is very important with my hubby because he is really tall, and so are his sons, my stepsons. But it's right in the middle of the table, and it is a showstopper. It is beautiful. I will show you later when it's lit up, but that is it in its daytime glory. I'm so happy. I got it off Amazon. It wasn't ridiculous, don't get me wrong. It's not, you know, a necessity purchase. Could have just not put it up at all, but it's something we've been wanting, well, I've been wanting, let's be honest, for a few years now. So it really wasn't expensive for what it is and how it looks, to be honest. So I will, if I can find it, or I'll find very, very similar, if not this one, link it down below. It's off Amazon, and we had to build it. And my builder friend helped me build it, and his electrician friend came and put it in for us. So we had some help from the outside, people who knew what they were doing with the important stuff. And then I just helped put all the jewels on, the pretty bit, or some of the jewels on anyway, and they did the rest. So I am so happy with it. It is glorious, but we are in a mess. So my stock is everywhere. One of my stepsons has just moved out. He's been living in our office, or my office. Which is really nice that he's got his own place in time for Christmas, but it does mean all my stock that's in here and the office that I've sort of pushed together a bit so he could live fairly okay in there temporarily, it all needs sorting out, and it's all happened just before Christmas, which is great, but also I've got a lot of sorting out to do. So I want to get that all out of here because this will be where we're dining. Last year we sort of all dined around my stock, and also, you know, a put-up bed for my other stepson. It was all good fun, but this year we are a little bit more organised, and we're going to have loads more space, so I need to get on with sorting all that out. I have no excuses. I've got to get rid of my stuff into my office, out the way. I need to sort it out anyway, ready for the year ahead. Yeah, and this is just a great excuse. So I was waiting for this to be put up first, and my builder friend and his lecky to make their mess as well before I had a proper tidy. So today, now I've done my Fortnum's order haul and I've unpacked it all, I know where it's all going to go. I am now going to be working in here. So office is going to be already been cleaned. I've already done my office space. The floor is clean. It's been hoovered. It's just a case of plonking boxes in there, and my other stepson will be staying in there over Christmas. He's got this nice new chair that we've bought him that actually opens out into a bit of a wide single bed. So it's not a tiny single bed, it's a nice wide single bed. So it gives me more room in my office, but gives him somewhere nice to stay over the festive period as well. So I've just got to make sure I tidy my boxes up together. It won't be done properly before Christmas. I've got so much more organising and a way that I want to do it in there, but it's not going to happen. There is no time before Christmas to do it properly. So for now, the boxes are coming out of here, so we've got the space to dine, and it's just going to look livable enough and clean enough and tidy enough so he can live in there through the Christmas, or live in there, sleep in there, shall I say, through the Christmas period whilst he's visiting, which would be really lovely. And it'll be lovely to be able to get everyone around the table this year. And whilst we're looking, I'm talking whilst I'm looking at this because it's beautiful, so we can then really enjoy this. It's going to be a bit of a, I think we might have to have an official Christmas opening with this beautiful new chandelier. I love it. It's stunning. Right, I better get on. I've got lots of tidying to do.